has all the goodness because he basically would cook exactly like your grandma, only probably a little bit better because he'll put his own Jimmy Sprinkle love in it. So we're talking about real ingredients, real love. This is 18 5.5 ounce servings, right, of crumb cake that are individually wrapped, and you actually get 2 different flavors, right, Jimmy the Baker?
That's right.
All right.
You have a choice of 9 of each, 9 raspberry or 9 cinnamon, or you can get all 18 of the same flavor, but what you're getting is the cake, which is my rendition of a pudding cake. Actually, I don't know if I ever told you, it actually was kind of a mistake. I ran out of some ingredients one day and I wanted to make the cake moist, and I remember thinking about seeing some people add vanilla pudding mix to their cakes. Ooh. So I tried it and that's what I got. So what you're seeing is that yellow cake, but really what makes this cake, in my opinion, is we take the makings of our cinnamon roll filling. The brown sugar and the cinnamon.
Yep. Are we going to cut it so I can have some?
Absolutely.
I'm like, stop. I don't know why you're talking away. I need to have some. Okay, thank you.
There you go.
Get in my belly. Wait, that is too big of a piece.
Too big. Okay,
go ahead. Continue.
You'll eat it, don't worry. So it's also about the process. What we do is we put a layer of yellow pudding cake batter, and then we put the cinnamon filling on top of that, and then another layer on top of that, and we bake it. Now, we don't put the crumb topping on, which we'll talk about, until after the cake is baked. So this is as much process as it is about the recipe. And we put the cake in the oven, take it back out, and then take our butter streusel, which is brown sugar cinnamon streusel, and then we put it on top of the baked cake and put it back in the oven and just toast it. We don't want the crumb topping to be too crunchy. We want it to be nice and soft.
Okay, oh my gosh. Okay, let me just share with you that pudding, the moisture in that cake is outrageous. And then what I love is that actually the swirls going through here, you really taste the flavor there, whether it happens to be that great raspberry or the cinnamon. And then the top it is crunchy enough, but still very moist. Right. And I'm gonna head on over there because I wanna just share with you, first of all, this sold out the last day it was presented. I'm talking and my mouth is watering right now. Okay. Because it's so wonderful. So you're going to receive 18 of your choice, and I'll tell you what that is in a second. 18, but individually wrapped for that $39.96. Free shipping and handling on this, right? So you're going to choose, you've got 3 choices. You can either choose all cinnamon, all raspberry, or you can get 9 of the raspberry or cinnamon and 9 of the raspberry. You can get the combo. It's M53429. I want to share with you that it did sell out the last time it was presented, which is why I recommend auto delivery. And auto delivery means that you'll receive another 18 of these lovely, yummy, generous chunks of beautiful crumb cake every 90 days for 1 year. Free shipping and handling on every single shipment. So if you're somebody who likes to entertain a lot, right, you definitely want to have this. If you've got little people who come to your home, if you're somebody who is in charge of making sure that you've got like the church socials down, or it's your choir, or it's your book club, I just feel like you should always have 5.5 ounces of crumb cake.
And let me tell you, I intentionally bake it big, and you're not going to find a crumb cake this large in any corner cafe or upscale cafe, and you're going to see the size of it. And the reason I bake big is because when you bake big, you bake moist.
Yeah.
People ask me all the time, can you make it smaller? And I say I could, but when you bake small, it dries out. So I like to bake nice and big, and you can see that 5.5 ounces, 5.5 ounces. That's 2 pieces of cake
easily.
There. Now you see that before we get to the raspberry, I want to at least share with you.
Sure.
You can take a pan, just like get a pan ready, like you would for grilled cheese. Get it nice and hot. Slice the cinnamon crumb cake in half and put it down on the grill and toast it up, and then get some vanilla ice cream, and there you go.
And there you go. And again, it's about the ingredients, it's about the love, it's about the fact that, you know, we all love crumb cake with the coffee, with the tea, with the milk. I love it with a cold glass of milk. Come on, who are you kidding right there? We all love crumb cake, but are we taking the time to make it anywhere? No, who's got time for that? But you still want to show somebody some love. Is this real ice cream, or am I going to eat
real ice cream? Go
Barbizon? Because I did that before. Okay. Somebody gave me something with whipped cream, and it was like
ice cream.
Right, exactly. It was faux. Okay, go ahead.
Ice cream. So that's
the raspberry.
While you're indulging, now the raspberry crumb cake I call kinder, gentler a little bit, because it's just the pudding cake itself that we bake into the oven. We don't line it with any sugar, but we pull it out, and then we take real raspberry jam. That's raspberry jam with the seeds in it, and then we spread it on top of the baked cake, put the crumb topping on top top, put it back in the oven, and toast it up. And that's what you get. And again, 5.5 ounces, probably a little bigger than that, I think.
Yeah.
But that's 2 pieces. I mean, as I say, share it with someone you love, but most importantly, share it with someone you don't love. World peace through crumb cake.
You know what, I agree. And, you know, we were just talking about auto delivery is right here and it's available. So you're getting that 18 of the 5.5. I love this. Share it with somebody you love. And they're individually wrapped, Jimmy the Baker, which I love. And so 18 coming to your home every 90 days for a year. What that does is it locks in the feature price, and it also allows you to get free shipping and handling. And it also allows you to still have your crumb cake when we have presentations and they sell out.
Right.
So it sold out the last time it was presented. So now, woo, you're swooping in and getting it, and you don't have to worry when other people might have to because they're like, sold out.
I have to tell you, the feedback that I get
Is what?
Is
try this.
people love the crumb cake, but I think they love the fact that it's individually wrapped. They love the fact that, by the way, especially now in the warmer weather, when you get this cake, put it in the freezer. Put it right in the freezer. We bake it, we cut it, we wrap it, and we ship it to you.
Okay.
And in some of the warmer climates, Arizona, Florida, Texas, all that stuff, take it and stick it right in the freezer. Even, to tell you the truth, all of my baked goods that I keep in my house, I keep frozen. There's something about some of the stuff I make, after it's been frozen, it comes alive a little bit more.
You know what, I agree with you. And I wish we had a bigger way of showing 5.5 ounces because I feel like it's super big.
Yes.
When you said you can cut it in half, it's in my hand, but it's you know, 2 palms worth of cake that you're seeing there. Nice and tall. And as you said, you start with the pudding cake.
Right.
Which makes it, my mouth is still watering. He's looking at me like, you're a whack job.
No. I thought the
You
same.
must love my crumb cake. You're like the thought bubbles, like she's crazy. Thank you so much.
Thank you,
So again, 18 of them. You're choosing all cinnamon or all raspberry or the combo, 9 and 9. And auto delivery means you'll get this every 90 days. Jimmy the Baker, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Oh my, you know what? Now the wheels are gonna come flying off because I'm about to start licking my fingers. Hi, Jimmy Stovall.
How are you?
Nice to see you.
Good to see you.
So we had a great time because he did the big deal on QVC too, and now
Yes.
you're bringing me some ribs, but
Yes.
not just any kind of ribs, competition style ribs.
That's right.
What does
That's
that
right.
mean?
So what we decided to do is the big thing in barbecue right now is it's on all the food shows, the competitions in the barbecue world. It's all about that rub. And so what we wanted to do differently is, first of all, we're starting with the finest ribs that you can get, right? And then what we're doing is we've never done before, is we are rubbing them with our 2 different flavored rubs, the bourbon or that sweet and smoky original one, and then we're letting this rest. And when we rest, it pulls the moisture up, and then we slow smoke it just like we do every other rib that we have.
Right.
And
For
then
hours. How
for
many hours?
6 to 7 hours.
Holy guacamole.
Yep. And then we sauce it. So what that does is, and the reason I'm calling it competition is because this is exactly what the Pitmaster's secrets are. It's all about the rub, and so that rub gets in there, the flavor gets all the way in there, it adds a whole other texture and layer of flavor, but you still get that tender melt in your mouth, fall off, look at that,
Okay,
fall off
yeah,
the
fall
bone
off the
rib.
bone.
Look at this. Look how tender and juicy that is. And the extra layer of flavor is in that rub before we cook it, and then that sauce caramelizes down that meat after.
Okay,
good
you
is
know
that?
what? Yeah, okay. I'm
All right,
coming
you're
over
done?
here because I'm done. I'm going to get some food, but I want to
All
show
right.
you exactly what you're choosing because I've just been told that original is really limited.
Oh my
So
gosh, okay.
You are receiving 5 1-pound seasoned competition style barbecue ribs. And then you're just choosing, do you want the original season that Jimmy was talking about or the bourbon? And the original is already very, very limited. And Jimmy Stovall is from Corky's.